think Logan Paul is currently running a social experiment to see how many times he can do something questionable or controversial without facing any major consequences.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven.
I mean, this guy literally filmed a body and YouTube was just like, hey man, we would appreciate it if you could maybe delete your video for us. You know, we're not gonna remove your channel or anything like that. We would just appreciate it if you could delete the video. But anyways, today we are gonna talk about how Logan Paul literally doxed someone for putting up a sign about his Lunchly product being quote unquote recalled.
All right, this is the best one yet.
I just know Logan gets a hard on when he can whip out his phone and make a green screen TikTok responding to something somebody said about his company or him. If only he would make a green screen TikTok about maybe the mold that kids are ingesting because of his Lunchly product.
According to ex-users, various retail stores have recalled Lunchly products due to FDA's concerns. The sign in the tweet reads, due to public health concerns, the FDA has recalled Lunchly products. We will restock as soon as deemed fit for consumption and ship through our warehouses. But that's so weird because FDA recalls are public by law. And as you can see, Lunchly is not on the FDA recall list. So hold up, that means that this sign is fake. Somebody typed up and printed out a 100% lie about Lunchly being recalled, taped it to the fridge, then a picture of it was taken by someone else and posted on social media as if it were real. Community notes, where you at?
And that right there should have been the end of the TikTok. I mean, you addressed and showed proof that Lunchly wasn't recalled, but in true, I think there's a dead body fashion, Logan Paul had to keep going.
Anyway, I had my forensics team look into it, and they were able to find the exact location where this allegedly took place by photo matching the tweet with the gray door handle and the sales labels. Then we cross-referenced it with the locations that we distribute to.
Logan Paul thinks he is Rainbolt playing an intense round of GeoGuessr, seeing if I can guess the home address of the kids who found mold in their Lunchly.
It's a Fred Meyer, and I had someone go there. Boom, exact match. Same door handle, same tag, same products even, but hold on, where is the FDA recall sign? Also, we can see the sales data. After Lunchly was recalled, it wasn't, but after that sign was posted, we continued to sell out all of the Lunchlys that hit the shelves in that store. So who put that fake sign up? Turns out it was an employee named
I mean, I don't really see the point in finding the exact employee who put up the sign, but I guess let's just hear what he had to say.
Who said this when we confronted him, and I quote, that was like kind of rumorized, I guess, through around here, but we had seen a posting about that, but I was the one who had written that, but since we got Lunchly back, it's been taken down. When it comes down to the actual, like, I guess, accountability of it, it was a rumor that was up in the air. Since we had heard that the FDA whole thing was kaput, we took it down. Yeah, it was more of like yeah, it wasn't like anyway.
I mean, yeah, to Logan Paul's credit, I mean, the employee was pretty dumb for putting up that sign based off of rumors.
Hater or dumbass? I don't know, maybe both.
I personally think dumbass. Not everybody who disagrees with Lunchly or Logan Paul is a hater, but Logan Paul likes to call everybody who critiques him a depressed virgin loser.
Oh, and I also saw this video.
As of right now, it is believed that all of the Lunchlys are being discontinued in various stores.
Yeah, that's also not true. Turkey Stack'ems are not discontinued.
Yay, the 100-calorie lunch option for kids is still available. Let's go!
Stores are selling them as we speak, and they're also still on Kroger's website, which would be crazy for an item that's discontinued. Hey, and look, I know some people are driving up to 130 miles just to find Lunchly, but please be patient as we try to ramp up production to meet the demand. But it's just crazy to me that we're a $4 lunch kit, and in the first 4 weeks, our headquarters had a bomb threat. The FBI has identified the individual. He's based in London, which is crazy because we don't even distribute there. A fabricated FDA recall that never happened. An attention-hungry little clout goblin who has made it her entire identity to speak negatively on all things Mr. Beast.
Somebody's got to do it.
And we'd love to think this is all just a coincidence, but nah, we call it cap. The fact is, the USDA inspects every finished food lot and approves it before even leaving our facility. And yes, it's possible that issues happen in transit, like a seal breaking, or at the store level with rough handling.
Then make better packaging, maybe? I mean, it takes a world champion arm wrestler to open Lunchables packaging, and it seems like they don't have any mold problems. So maybe invest in better sealing? I don't know.
But just like any produce you buy, problems can arise, and our retail partners are great. They'll offer a full refund, and we are happy to assist anyone at any time if you email our customer service. But at the end of the day, the product speaks for itself. In our first 5 weeks in Kroger, we've already outsold Lunchables and comparable SKUs that also sell drinks inside. We're going to keep innovating and improving our product as we attempt to disrupt this archaic industry that's been run by the same corporate giants for the past 120 years. It is a new era, and the ops are going to have to try harder.
So yeah, the gist of the infamous Logan Paul green screen TikTok is that there was a picture circulating around that was saying that Lunchley was being recalled by the FDA. Turns out that sign was fake and Lunchley is not in fact being recalled. Logan Paul then hired Rainbolt to speedrun to find the store and the employee. Then Logan Paul showed the store at which the sign was at, then showed a picture of the employee who put up the sign, and then he interviewed the guy who basically said that he just put up the sign because there were rumors floating around. I just don't understand why Logan Paul had to show the exact store and a picture of the employee. Like, Logan Paul literally doxed the dude, but showing 2.8 million people the exact location of where they can find this dude is just crazy.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Bro used to have the UFO cut. Now, Mr. Beast's #1 downfall prayer, Roseanne Pansino, actually made a video interviewing the Fred Meyer employee.
So, Casey, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, well, so I moved to the area.
Boring.
You know, I met her very recently, and so
Boring.
She's been wonderful with my dogs, which I treat like children.
Boring. No hate to this guy. I mean, he seems pretty chill, but I just find it hilarious that this guy is giving like an autobiography to Rosanna. Like, we just want to hear why you put up the sign, brother.
Are you able, can you walk us through what happened?
Even Rosanna is like, dude, I don't give a shit about your dogs. Give me some juicy information about the Maverick.
The Lunchley section. And as I was passing by, I noticed that it was completely empty and that there was this item is temporarily out of stock stickers. So I was curious because I had noticed that had been out for a while, and I walked up to my boss and asked, should I post a sign, do you think? And he's like, well, it's going to take me a sec because I'm super busy. I'm going to have to look for the sign, but I do believe that it was on the recall list. So you can go ahead and do that, and I will I will find the actual recall notice and put it up, and if it's not been, I'll pull it down.
So it wasn't even this guy who made the decision to put up the sign, yet he's the one who got his face plastered all over Slimeball Logan's TikTok. And I saw a bunch of people defending Logan and saying that it isn't that big of a deal that Logan Paul doxed this guy. But I mean, giving an outlet to millions of people to go attack another person when it may have not been their fault is literally the problem. Using your audience to attack someone, especially over a sign that was quickly removed, is just moron behavior. Like, Logan, you are fine, bro. You literally boasted at the end of the TikTok over how well your company is doing. One sign in a random Fred Meyer that was quickly taken down isn't affecting you, bro.
And we're like, yeah, great. And, within a few days, we had been shipped new Lunchley products. So they had been stacked up and we pulled the sign down. Actually, I didn't even pull the sign down. Somebody else did. I came to work and saw it had been pulled down and they had been stocked. So I was like, oh, great, cool. More product to sell. Great.
Yeah. Why would a manager at a store purposely and maliciously try and not sell a product that they know is going to make the company more money? Like Logan Paul calling this fool a hater. He's just trying to do his job, bruh.
Then suddenly, out of the blue, I heard that somebody had taken a photo of this and posted it online. And I found this out by a Lunchley's representative that came into my work at 9 at night and was asking me a bunch of really odd questions. And it was starting to get a little borderline harassing because I was in the back room and he followed me into the back room to ask me if I had known about numerous different people. There was no sign there. The sign had been pulled down, as I had told him. It had been pulled down within a few days. And that overall, it was a mistake that I made in the process of recalls. However, it was an approved mistake through my manager. And when it came down to it, we both shared repercussions in the whole thing.
I do find it kind of weird that this guy faced repercussions. Even though he is a manager, his boss approved it. His boss should have done more research into the alleged recall before he told one of his employees to put up a sign. It's just kind of crazy that this guy is the face of this when if, what he's saying is true, it really wasn't his fault.
Out of the blue, this video just suddenly hits me and I show up to it had been seen by everybody at work. So everybody already knew what was up and everybody was acting like somebody had died around me, which I was like, guys, it's just some jerk on the internet. And basically they all kind of tiptoed around me. And then I got called into HR, or rather I had insisted talking to HR about it because I wanted to know if I was okay to work. And then she told me to return. I got called in. And then when it came to the conversation, they were very warm about it. They're like, look, we kind of have to suspend you just because we don't know what else to do. This has never happened in the entirety of the company's history. And we're trying to, mitigate your suffering when it comes to the community, because there are people who have seen this and will recognize you. Even though I'd shaved my beard, and even though I was wearing a beanie pretty low over my face and everything, it still wasn't enough. And, I stand by my company's decision, because ultimately they are doing damage control.
Again, this is the main problem with Logan Paul's TikTok. It technically wasn't this dude's fault, yet his face was plastered all over the internet and was called a dumbass and a hater by the Maverick himself. There was absolutely no reason why Logan Paul needed to show this dude's picture, yet alone the fucking store that the guy worked at. And it's tragic to see that he got suspended over this. If Logan Paul never made this guy the face of the issue, he probably would still be collecting paychecks right now. And in this economy, he needs those paychecks. Even though I don't see this as an insane controversy or something that needed to be talked about, this all just shows Logan Paul's character. And like I said in the beginning of the video, Logan Paul is pretty much running a social experiment to see how many shitty things he can get away with. I low-key just feel bad for the dude. Yeah, he shouldn't have put up the sign without 100% knowing if it was recalled or not. But again, that wasn't just his mistake. His boss okayed the decision, and this guy was just trying to do his job. Because think about it, if Lunchley did get recalled and he didn't put up a sign or anything, he probably would have gotten in massive trouble. I don't know, just super weird situation. And Logan Paul is actually a robot for doxing this dude.